Hi, you're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the trading setup as well as the market strategies for the day. We'll start off with a wrap-up of what happened yesterday. Indian equity markets snapped their 4 days of a losing streak by seeing gains towards the end of the session. They reclaimed 25,200 mark as well. And in fact, after opening on a positive note, the index had gained momentum throughout the course of the session and closed near the day's high point as well at 25,196. Now, this was also buoyed by the cooling domestic inflation numbers and the broad-based buying that we were seeing in the broader markets, which continued their outperformance as well in yesterday's trading session. Remember, June's CPI or the retail inflation has eased to a 77-month low of 2.1%, boosting the investor sentiment and aiding the bulls to come back during the session. We'll have to see whether this momentum carries on in trade. Of course, investors will now be watching out for a whole host of stocks that are coming out with the numbers. So Q1 action is picking up pace and that's going to be important. Globally, again, tariff talk has increased. You can see President Trump in the US has said that Indonesia will pay 19% tariff vis-a-vis 32% earlier after securing a trade deal. Now, this could also be a positive sign for those who got letters and are negotiating with the US as well. Now, this is also confirming the market's view that higher tariffs will be revised lower, and Indonesia deal also shows that eventual US effective tariffs could actually remain high, about 20% vis-a-vis earlier. So that's something that we have to look at as to what will be the impact on that front. Of course, Donald Trump has indicated that there are other deals that are in the works. There could be an India deal that could be in the offing. Remember, India's contingency and India's delegation is already there in the US. The Commerce Ministry delegation led by our chief negotiator Rajesh Agarwal, who's already going to be there on Wednesday today to really negotiate. This is a 4-day negotiation that's panning out and it will end on Thursday, and we will get to see whether there will be an India deal soon enough as well. Global markets have been mixed following all of this talk on the US markets and the India markets and the Asian markets, and let's see how today's action pans out in trade. Let me welcome our guest on board. Mr. Gaurang Shah is joining in from Geojit Investments, and he's a regular on the show, and you all have been appreciating the kind of insights that he always shares on the program. Thank you so much, Gaurang, for taking the time out again. We'll start off with improving micro data and macro data in India. We'll talk about the inflation numbers and what do they really point out to in terms of what could be in the offing from the RBI as well. Could there be another form of rate cut looking at this encouraging data? What could that mean for the markets at large?
Thank you, Sakshi, for having me on the show. Good morning to all the viewers of BTTV and, of course, to you as well, Sakshi.
Thank you.
So I think expecting to answer your second question first, expecting RBI to cut rate, I think this will be a bit too much, to be very honest, after what they've done in the last credit policy. So I think it's going to be a slow approach towards any kind of thought process with respect to rate cuts. But yeah, I mean, commentary is something that all of us are keen to listen into what the RBI governor, honorable RBI governor, has to tell us. I don't think it's going to be anything much different than what he said last time, because there is, though inflation has come down, that's good thing, Sakshi, and I think that should add to the positive sentiments as we go into the future. Consumption related, I think things should be in the spotlight on fallback of this lower inflation. With respect to the markets, well, I think we did good yesterday, to be very honest. After 4 days of constant downtick, we were relatively better off. We'll have to wait and watch what lies ahead of us today. But since we are at the higher band of that resistance of 25,200, maybe today it might be a day of consolidation, little bit of profit booking. Earnings have kicked off. I would not say TCS was a negative number because it was slight. It was mixed, to be very honest. HCL Tech was better than expected. 18th Friday, we have Reliance announcing numbers, and then I think we'll have a lot of other following. So we expect Q1 earnings this new financial year to give direction to the market. I don't think I should. I don't know whether I should talk about Trump and his policies. Sick and tired of listening to him, to be very honest. I think this saga should end, as I mentioned last time also, Sakshi. he going out into the public domain and saying US is close to signing a deal with India. He said
Yeah.
this 3 weeks back, and nothing has happened. And now we have a chief negotiator in US trying to work out. Let's see. I think we'll react to it as and when it happens. I don't think we should give reaction to it every time that person has to speak, right? So let him do what he has to do. We'll do what we have to do. My sense is that this is a great time. I think eventually we will break out of this higher resistance zone. 25,500 and above levels are visible. Uh, Stock specific, sector specific on earnings front, you will have reaction from the market. And of course, that FI sell side. One thing good I noticed, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, so actually was the India VIX was at 12, if I'm not mistaken, or
Yes.
below 12 even
Less
on
than
Monday.
12. Less
So
than
that
12.
volatility has eased off to a great extent. So my sense is that lesser volatility and yeah, so you have 11.48 India VIX. So this is a good sign. As after many months actually that we are seeing this kind of levels on India VIX. So I think we should settle down. Stock specific, sector specific earnings front, reactions will be possibly seen.
Okay. Now, I have to ask you, on the earnings front, you did point out a little bit on your opening comments on the IT sector, TCS. TCS and HCL Tech both are out. We've also seen, Tata Technologies for that matter. Today will be Tech Mahindra. On the overall IT pack, the signs are not extremely encouraging. Probably in Q4, the earnings were slightly on a better note, and we saw an uptick coming in after a long haul of this space being beaten down. And again, this time around, the guidance being trimmed on at least the margin front for some of those players, that's adding to some question on the uncertainty factor. So would you still be a little cautious on IT pack, or do you think that this is all giving us an opportunity to enter?
Well, I will see it as a glass half full rather than glass half empty. And I
Okay.
think every time, and I know, last week when TCS came out with that numbers, many people, started writing an obituary as if there is no tomorrow for the IT sector, Sakshi. So I see it as a contra buy call. I don't think that everything is lost. And 3, 4 years back, if I'm not mistaken, similar story was there. US going into slowdown, recession, interest rate cuts not happening, America not spending in budget, discretionary spend, etc., etc. I mean, we are of a different opinion. So before I give any stock specific recommendation, I'll give a disclosure, Sakshi, that any recommendation on the fundamental side long term is a part of our research team views. Our company, Geojit or I, we do not have any personal investment in any of the recommendations given, no financial interest, nor there is any other kind of conflict of interest, but we give recommendation on similar lines to our clients. They might have their investment interest in the recommendations given across. So now coming on to the IT. So I believe, and we continue to maintain a positive stance, not only on the large cap IT stocks, but also on mid cap and small cap. You mentioned
Okay.
about Tata Tech, we are positive. Yes, last quarter, I beg your pardon, last financial year, 2 quarters, 3 quarters were a disaster for Tata Tech. But I think the commentary is positive and there has been slight improvement in the numbers. So Tata Tech, Science Limited, KPIT Tech, Coforge, LTI Mindtree, L&T Technologies, uh, Tech Mahindra, you mentioned announcing numbers, you're positive over there. Infosys, HCL Tech, TCS, we maintain a positive stance actually. And
Positive
look, I
stance.
mean, this is an important sector. You can't start writing obituaries because of small disappointment in one quarter.
Absolutely. Okay. Point noted. So, large positive coverage on both large caps as well as mid cap IT numbers. And, these are the names that will continue to be strong or emerge stronger from these trying times. 25,220 is what we are seeing as the pre open tick in front of us. It started off on a negative note, but is now settling into the green. This is a more comfortable number to really look at in trade today. 25 points higher. Let's see how this really pans out. Another aspect within the earnings has been the life insurance companies that have come out with the numbers. Insurance basket as a whole, we've seen HDFC Life. Of course, brokerage houses are giving higher targets. Morgan Stanley, HSBC, higher targets on HDFC Life, 900 kind of targets coming in. Also on ICICI Lombard, about 1885 kind of targets have been coming in. We've also seen ICICI Pru come out with the numbers too. Here we are seeing that For HDFC Life, it's been largely a steady quarter, profitability improving, APE growth, value of new business growth as well coming in across the board. Market share they have increased too this time around. For ICICI Lombard, the profit after tax has beaten the street estimates as well, owing to higher investment income from higher capital gains also that the company is going to be looking at. On the insurance basket as a whole, Gaurang, what's your stance and the key stocks that you are on your preference list?
So actually, we've discussed this earlier, and we have always maintained one thing that and there are a couple of sectors that you need to have a longish time horizon compared to other
Yes.
sectors. For example, metals, insurance, infrastructure, as a matter of fact. These are some sectors where you need to have, including, cap goods, engineering, defense, power generation, because execution take time to translate into earnings on the top line and then into profitability. And of course, with metals, there is international news flow, US, China, etc. So speaking about insurance companies, we maintain a positive stance. We said that insurance sector, life, especially life insurance, general insurance is doing good. There is absolutely no doubt about it. But life insurance, I think, as the approach towards getting a term insurance, a sensible, I'm not talking about ULIPs. I don't consider ULIPs as a product, to be very honest. I may be wrong. I don't know. But term insurance is something that people have started to take. There has been a major shift in terms of getting the sum assured for yourself. A larger sum translates into larger premium outgoes from your side towards the insurance company, which is an income for them. So we positive on HDFC Life, ICICI Life, LIC, and SBI Life Insurance. These are the four primary players who have got decent market share also, and we expect them to do well as we go into the future.
Okay, fair point. So that's the insurance basket, viewers, that we can definitely look at. Another space that has garnered some more traction in the recent weeks is pharma story, sir. How are you looking at the pharma and the healthcare pack? The frontline OEM players, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy, Cipla, Lupin, even the mid-cap names, Natco, Oro, some action is being seen across the board there. We have a new IPO in the CRDMO space that's on, that's Anthem Biosciences. That brings our attention back to a Divi's, Syngene, Sai Life Sciences, because it compares directly to them. It's slightly, placed at a higher premium than these existing players. So what's happening with the pharma healthcare pack? How are you looking at it, sir?
So again, you need to be approaching it with a little bit of longish time horizon.
Okay.
Uh, CDMOs, biosimilars, APIs, generics, all these are looking quite attractive, Sakshi, from a long-term point of view, despite of what the American president has to say about 200% tariffs and giving a window of 1.5 year. I mean, have some logical approach. Sakshi, look, first of all, he's president for 4 years. He's down more than about 8 months or 9 months. So he's
Yes.
just about more than 3 years that he's going to be president. Then you will have election. You don't know what's going to happen. To set up any kind of manufacturing activity, it will, at least in US, I'm talking about, because that MAGA song that he's been singing about, it's not that easy. You will take at least 3 years or maybe more to set up a new manufacturing facility. Hiring labor in America is not cheap. It is expensive. So whatever you make in America is not going to be cheap. It's going to be a relatively higher price compared to the
Yes.
rest of the world. So all this thing is, I believe, I mean, I hope common sense prevails upon that person. But talking about pharma, so I mentioned about generics, I mentioned about CAMS, APIs, biosimilar. We like Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Divi's Laboratories, Sun Pharma, Aurobindo, Natco. And this is my personal view, Sakshi, that if you're looking at pharma companies, that is manufacturers of drugs and medicines, then you should also look at healthcare hospitals and diagnostic centers, because all these three uh, get together and then you form a pharma universe. And all of them are very closely interlinked. So you cannot ignore the other two when you look at pharma.
Okay, got that. So that's the pharma story for you. Let's discuss, the banks, financial space at large. We'll start off with the NBFC names. HDB Financial, that recently got listed, came out with the numbers yesterday, the first set of numbers after getting listed. We've seen a marginal decline in the net profit in the first quarter of FY26. Profit after tax coming in at 568 crores. It was down, from 2% from last same quarter last year as well. So 2.2% downtick is what is being indicated in the pre-open trade at 821. How would you look at an HDFC of HDB Financial as well as what's happening with the larger finance players? You've given us a lot of list of stocks that you have been covering. For a long time in the NBFC basket. How would you look at HDBs and the earnings there vis-a-vis the ones that we already have?
So, Sakshi, I like NBFCs will also do well. See, our view is that one sector, or one of the sectors which we believe will do well over the next many quarters and years, financial years, is banking and finance, BFSI segment. So you have your public sector bank, private sector bank, and strong diversified NBFCs. So on HDB, as we discussed, we had a subscribe recommendation from a long-term point of view. From where it is trading and the earnings that have been delivered, the headroom looks relatively limited because of the valuation front. So if you're a long-term investor, you can continue to hold. If at all you get a downtake and if it comes closer to your IPO price or below that, you can possibly think of investing afresh or adding to it in case if you got it at a higher level. I'm giving this recommendation based on the IPO note that our research team had prepared of subscribed for HDB. Other than that, I think Bajaj Finance after the split and bonus adjustment looks attractive. L&T Finance, M&M Finance, Cholamandalam, Shriram Finance. Uh, these are some of the names that we believe will do well because their book size is good, asset quality is good, and our understanding, Sakshi, is that credit demand is going to look very strong as we go into the future.
Okay, fair point. What about the PSUs versus the private banking, opportunities that present themselves, sir? How are you looking at that?
I won't be biased, to be very honest. So I'll give
Okay.
equal weightage to both because there has been meaningful turnaround for the public sector banks actually after the mergers that we saw. And I think there also in private public sector banks, you've seen good improvement in terms of asset quality. Some of them need to do a little bit more, but I think all of them are doing quite well. At least the names that we cover, SBI, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Canara Bank, PNB, Indian Bank. These are some 4 5 names in the public sector universe that we have coverage. And my humble request is that please look at strong names in the public sector banks. Don't look at the price of a stock of double digit and get attracted because there is a reason why those stocks are trading at lower double digit or double digit. So look at strong names, buy quality, don't buy quantity.
Buy quality, don't buy quantity. Okay, 25,196 is where we've settled at. Absolutely flat where we ended yesterday at as far as the markets are concerned in the pre-open. You're exactly at the same level. No move on that number on the Nifty in the pre-open trade. Let's welcome Kiran Jani as well, Head of Technical Research at Jainam Broking, to help us understand how does he expect the market to move today. We are sandwiched between Sensex expiry yesterday and the Nifty expiry tomorrow. How would you look at the trade today, Kiran?
Very good morning, everyone. So overall, we have seen from last week, market was into the falling channel only. Yesterday, there was a sharp recovery from
Yeah.
level and closing somewhere around near days high only. Coming to the level wise, 25,200, it was a previous support. Now it is acting as a resistance. As you mentioned that yesterday it was a Sensex expiry and tomorrow that will going to be a Nifty expiry. So if you look at the weekly data, 25,200, 25,300 call writers are putting pressure on the market and on falling side or in downside, 25,000 with a great support from the put writers also. So this could be the range. Either side breakout and breakdown will lead the rally for sure. So any dip towards 25,100 would be the great with this stop loss of 25,000. and we are looking for the target somewhere around by next week 25,400 to 25,500. Coming to the Bank Nifty is also similar way. If you look
Agar
at
टाकायचं टाक मी ट्रॅव्हल मध्ये आहे सुट्टीवर आहे.
600 to 56,500. If those level is not broken down, then we can expect a sharp recovery. As of now, yesterday, Bank Nifty closes above its resistance of 57,000. And now looking at overall chart pattern, if it keep holding 56,500, then we can expect price target of 57,600 to 57,800. So overall, both indices buy on dip would be the preferred strategy.
Okay, buy on dips will be the preferred strategy. Two stock ideas from you, Kiran?
So looking at stock ideas, we are very much bullish on Bank Nifty. So we are giving banking stocks to be buy.
Okay.
SBI looking very good at current market price. Yesterday also we have recommended to our clients somewhere around 810, and there was a smart recovery on State Bank. Today any dips toward 810 or 805. In fact, even if it is fall down, it is a great opportunity to buy. Keep a strict stop loss below 800, and we are expecting price target of 840, 850 in upcoming time. Another sector which we are liking, that is a metal sector. So in metal sector, Hindalco, it's our preferred pick. If you look at the Hindalco price chart, it is trading near its previous resistance or a breakout level. Previously, we have seen that after giving a breakout from 665, 670 level, stock price raised to the 700 level. Now again, stock price is available at similar level. Also, stock price is trading above its all important moving averages. So 668 or 665, any dips toward that would be the great buy. Keep a strict stop loss below 655, and we are expecting price target of 695, 700 in upcoming time. So metal and banking both are looking very promising.
Fair point. Let me also now, so those are the statements from both our fundamental as well as technical guests on the banks. They're positive. We'll also focus on some of the other aspects. EMS play, Dixon Technologies, we'll start off with you, Gaurang, on that one. Today, of course, there is a coverage from a wide variety of brokerage houses, higher targets coming in, even upwards of 20,000 coming in for Dixon Tech. CLS has a 19,000 target. There are others that have 20, 21,000 kind of targets also coming in onto this one. And this is after the company has announced significant steps to enable value addition in smartphones by venturing into camera module and enclosures. The company is also acquiring 51% stake in Q-Tech India to enter into a 74 as to 26 JV, for the enclosures business as well. How are you looking at the EMS play, the opportunities that such players are still looking at? Because even optically, the stock price looks expensive, and valuations have always been a challenge for such companies. But they are actually in an absolutely new, technologies which are going to even grow in further leaps and bounds going forward. How would you look at a Dixon Tech, sir?
So undoubtedly, Sakshi, the opportunity for EMS chip PCBs is huge in India. We are just coming out of the artificially supply side created constraints for chip semiconductor PCBs as far as China is concerned. Taiwan is also one of a larger players from where India used to import. So, this entire process of Make in India chip semiconductors PCBs started, I think it was about 2 years back or 2.5 years back when this supply side issue started from China, or artificially, they were creating issues. According to government and the statement made by the Honorable Minister, we were likely to see a Make in India chip last year, December 24. Did not happen. Possibly the statement now says that we are virtually very close to seeing an launch of Made in India chip semiconductor or PCBs. I think that is going to be a reality, and possibly with the kind of capacity that is being planned. India used to import a couple of years back. Now there is a possibility where India would export to the rest of the world. Dixon, if I'm not mistaken, last week there was some report of sell side recommendation. I am not too sure. I did not read into detail. Lower targets were given out of somewhere close to about 12,000 or thereabouts. Now, we don't cover Dixon Technologies, Sakshi, but we like the sector. Our team has a coverage on PG Electroplast. This was quite a mover last week, if I'm not mistaken, or even
Once
on
you
Monday.
took the name, we did see a move, a very strong move after that since the entire week, Gaurang, yes.
So we believe this sector will do well. PLI scheme announced by the government is doing huge support for this sector. And I think evaluation, it all depends, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, Sakshi. How do you look at it and how do I look at it? It's a total different ball game. So for some, it might be richly valued, some it might be fairly, some it might be under, but the future looks very, very strong for the sector.
Absolutely, my bad. I should have mentioned it because on the same day that you had mentioned it, PG Electroplast was the top gainer in the F&O space, and throughout the week we did see a very strong move on that one. So congratulations for taking that name for all our viewers there. Let me start off with the markets now, starting on a volatile foot. When we talk about the Nifty Bank is higher by about 0.2%. Toggling between the highs and the lows are even the broader markets. Advanced decline ratio is still 2:1. 1,066 shares in the advancing side vis-a-vis 495 on the declining side. Sectoral action also seems to be mixed. Capital markets higher. You're also looking at financials, banks, PSU banks also opening up in the trade. Realty opening higher, but defense is slightly lower. Autos, which were the top movers yesterday, 0.2% lower. ITT 0.3% lower. FMCG metals, slight drag that can be seen. Energy, capital goods, oil and gas also seeing some bit of cuts right now. Top movers on the Nifty. HDFC Life 1% higher after the earnings. HDFC Bank 1% higher on the back of HDB financial results that have come in. Trent is also up about 1% odd. Remember, Trent is also going to be in focus since there is an announcement of an athleisure brand, Lululemon, that will be making its foray into India in 2026 in the same category that Trent operates in. Adani Ports, Tech Mahindra also higher in trade. On the downside, Shriram Finance, JSW Steel, Cipla, Tata Motors, these are the stocks that are declining. Let me also look at the sectoral action. There's media stocks that are up. There's PSU banks that's up by 0.4%. Consumer durables that's higher by about 0.4% odd. You're looking at real estate that's also higher. But autos, metals, oil and gas, those are the pockets that are declining. Let's look at PSU stocks. Some railway related counters are higher. IRFC, Indian Railways, catering services. Then you're also looking at RVNL for that matter, that's Rail Vikas Nigam. These are the stocks that are pulling up. Oil and gas names, some of them are higher. Power names like PFC, REC are also up. In the F&O market, it's Biocon, Dixon Technologies as among those top movers. And we're also looking at ICICI Lombard, Patanjali Foods also looking up in trade as of now. Kiran, to you, how are you looking at the opening? What catches your attention in terms of stocks?
See, overall, if you look at the market, it's a bit volatile, of course, but looking at the sector specific or a stock specific movement is there. I believe that we should give some time to the index. And looking at the banking stocks, as we mentioned in the morning also, Bank Nifty is trading its higher only. So within the banking, AU Small Finance Bank looks very much promising after a strong rally. Stock price trading into the lower top, lower bottom pattern, and since last 3 days, it's back into the higher top, higher bottom pattern. The 800 is very good support. At current market price, one can go long with the strict stop loss of 800, and we can expect again a price target of 840, 850. So it's a trading idea. Definitely, one can go for the long on bank side.
Okay, got that. That's the view that's coming in. Let me go back to Gaurang. Gaurang, auto space is something that I have to discuss with you. Yesterday, we did see some improvement on the two-wheeler names. Hero was in action, Bajaj, TVS Motors, they were in action. Ola Electric, after the earnings, shot up 20%. Yesterday was a decline day for that one. Auto space as a whole is again looking at how the rare earth magnet crisis is persisting at this point in time. And what could be the impact, because the domestic factors are pretty much very good. On the consumption factor, we have a rate cut that we discussed in our initial conversation. We have the tax cuts that came in the budget. We have a good monsoon that's on way, underway as well, and across India that is. And all of these factors do point out to improved rural economy, increased consumption that could find its way to the auto sales. Festive season this time around will kickstart sooner than the previous year as well. How would you look at what's in the offing for the auto space?
So honestly, I felt you would have asked me this question the first thing when we connected in the morning because of Tesla opening its first showroom in BKC Mumbai.
Yes.
But
Did you
anyways,
catch a glimpse of it already?
I saw a glimpse of it. And to be very honest, look, I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk, nor am I a big fan of Tesla.
Okay.
So so that remains in its place. I don't want to discourage the enthusiasm in other people as far as Tesla is concerned. So let's wait and watch. So the entire auto pack, I think, and you mentioned about festive season is going to be next month. Actually, we're going to start with Ganesh Chaturthi,
Yes.
and then I think till the year end you will have festivities following. Consumption is likely to pick up. That's what we meant. You spoke about inflation heading lower in the beginning of the program. I mentioned that that should give push to the consumption, both discretionary and non-discretionary.
Hmm.
So your discretionary also includes entry-level two-wheeler cars, etc., etc. We believe that this will do well. We have maintained a positive stance on the order pack right from the beginning, even today and going into the future, irrespective about tariffs on autos or whether it is auto ancillary companies, whatever be it, Sakshi. I think the domestic demand and the opportunity is huge. So you have Tesla coming in. You have already seen VFast also there. I believe some Vietnamese
Yes.
company, and you have
VinFast,
BYD,
yes.
the Chinese company, Build Your Dream.
Hmm.
So these are the names that are coming into India. So just imagine if these names right across from US to Vietnam and China are coming into India. There is a reason why they are coming, right? So
Yes.
the domestic companies will also have an opportunity. That's what my understanding is.
Absolutely. Definitely the Y model has not enthused Gaurang at this point in time. He's not going to make a booking soon as they open up. But we'll see whether Elon Musk can.
Booking. If you book a Tesla and if you want to cancel it, Elon Musk is going to keep your amount. Okay, he's not going to refund it back to you. That's what I read. I don't know how far it is true.
Okay, okay, got that. So probably for Indian players is what Gaurang is keeping his money safe and he's looking to buy Indian companies there. Kiran is smiling. Kiran, what about you? Are you looking to buy that Y model for what 60 lakh rupees on road starting price? I think.
See, honestly speaking, as Gaurang sir said, I am also not a good fan of Tesla or yes, definitely. But looking at overall the fundamental tailwinds and everything, we'll definitely look for the Indian company. And yes, we'll go for the with Indian company only.
Okay, go for the Indian companies. Okay, we have two patriots talking about Indian companies and Indian car manufacturers also keeping up very well when it comes to. In fact, even Anand Mahindra, he tweeted yesterday and he said that he had long back, invited Elon Musk to launch his Tesla back home, and he was pretty confident about the kind of indigenous manufacturing that we are doing, which is world class as well. M&M cars have also improved with the way, of course, they used to boast a lot about their engineering and their performance, but even on their style, the looks, they have also, improved quite a bit, and they are working on a lineup of EVs, SUVs as well. Gaurang, if I have to ask you, which is your top favorite SUV?
Well, this is for me, Sakshi.
Yes.
So I think, my top favorite SUV, there are two of them. Okay.
Okay.
Tata Harrier and Mahindra XUV 700.
Okay, fantastic choice. We'll leave you at that. It's 9:25. You told me that I have to leave you at that front because you have to go for another one. Okay, take care. Hope you have a fantastic time. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, Kiran. So Tata Harrier and Mahindra XUV 700. Tata Motors versus M&M. If we look at the charts, how would you look at that?
See, honestly speaking, you asked about the Tesla. So we like Indian Tesla, Tata, of course. So in SUV, the Ferrari, they came out with fantastic features and everything, and we are seeing the that is also picking up. And Tata Motor share price is also somehow reacted, or maybe we can see reflection. No doubt from 1100 there is the deep corrections, and now it is trading somewhere around 680. We are already suggesting our clients to go long on Tata Motor at current market price because, as I mentioned, there are two fundamental tailwinds. So one is the rate cut is already been dipped down. One, another is that now festival season are coming, and this year whatever the tax benefit for any taxpayer it went out. Now 12 lakh rupees will be the new tax limit. So say for example, if I have a earning per year, or I am a salaried person, I am earning 10 lakh rupees, and now there is no meaning of investment because ATC and everything is washed out. So I don't need to spend towards that, number one. Number two, whatever tax I am paying now, there is also saving. So say for example, if I am riding two-wheeler, I will think for the four-wheeler. If I am riding a four-wheeler, I will think for the SUV. So for this fundamental tailwinds, I believe that the four-wheeler stocks in India like Tata Motor, M&M and Maruti, these three, and even Hyundai, these four stocks can be on radar. So our first preference is Tata Motor for sure. Second is the M&M, and third one is the Hyundai. So these three stocks you keep on your eyes, because you go and check on the road. Either it is Tata, it is M&M, or it is Hyundai. These three cars are only roaming around. Maruti lost, or maybe Maruti is not holding that much strength, or maybe the market share as of now. What we are doing a general analysis. I don't know the fundamental much in deeper, but this is a very basic analysis. So Hyundai is already given a breakout from its IPO high, so that is our preferred pick. M&M, it is continuously trading into the heart of high bottom pattern only. And Tata Motor risk reward ratio is very much favorable. Keeping a 600 as a stop loss, you can go long on Tata Motor for sure.
Okay, got that. So that's the auto basket for you. Let me quickly look at some of the stocks that we can ask Kiran to give us his view on. Paytm is seeing initial buying in trade today, and if we look at Paytm shares, you will be able to see that the stock has been in a buying spree. For the last 5 days, the stock has gone up by 7.5%, and we are already seeing a 14% move in the last 1 month also for the company. Any suggestion on what has led to this buying in Paytm? It's back above 1,000 odd levels, already up about 14% in the last 1 month, and 1 week move was upwards of 10%. What's your suggestion?
See, Paytm has given a very fantastic breakout earlier, and after that breakout, the stock price already touched 1,000 level. After that, again there was some bad news, and it retested its 200 days moving average. Again from that, it is back into the height of high bottom pattern. Recently, it has given a breakout from cup and handle pattern, and from that pattern again it is resuming its previous upward journey only. So chart patterns are very strong, no doubt. Momentum indicators are into the bullish or overbought zone, I can say. So any dips towards 900 would be the great buy. Keep a stop loss below 900, and we are looking and we are optimistic. Target somewhere around 1100 to 1200 for sure.
Okay, fair point. So that's the Paytm share, and what is the expectation on that front? Let's broaden our horizon in the new age tech space. Zomato, Swiggy, both are in focus. Swiggy is also showing us some ticks on the higher side. We're also looking at some of the other stocks like Nykaa Delivery picking up pace, PB Fintech, that's in focus. How are you looking at this new age tech basket? What ticks your attention here, Kiran?
So in new age tech basket, PB Fintech looks very much promising. No doubt. Apart from that, the Zomato and Swiggy is also doing well. But coming to the PB Fintech, first of all, it has given a breakout from rounding bottom pattern somewhere around 1700. From that, again it is into the consolidation zone. But overall chart pattern is very strong. One can go long at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 1760 or 1750, and we can expect price target of 2000 for sure. Another Swiggy is looking very good. It is not a fintech company but a platform company, what we can say. So looking at overall chart pattern of Swiggy, it is again a very good level at current market price, very good level. A cup and handle pattern breakout is there. Stock price broken down is 400 level, which was somewhere around its IPO week low only. Now Swiggy is sustaining above 400. That is the initial very strong sign, I can say, on Swiggy. One can go long Swiggy at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 380. And looking at chart pattern, you can definitely expect price target of somewhere around 450 to 500 for sure.
Okay, fair point. Let me also bring up one more stock which is on the buzz in the F&O space, and that's Patanjali Foods. That's also rallying 2.5% higher. In fact, even yesterday the stock moved up last 1 week. If you see, the stock has been in an uptrend. And remember, the company has informed the exchanges that the board will be meeting on July 17th, that's tomorrow, and maybe discussing about issue of first bonus shares on the company as well. So in case you are holding on to the stock, you should definitely keep an eye out on the board meeting and the outcome tomorrow, in case there is an announcement of the bonus shares and what is the record date for the same as well. Kiran, 1776 for Patanjali Foods. It's up in trade today, now at the day's high point. How would you really look at Patanjali Foods ahead of bonus announcement that could come in, a first ever bonus issue?
First of all, as a disclaimer point of view, Patanjali is already we are holding in our family portfolio. So when its prices started correcting from 2000 level, we were waiting for the some bullish reversal to happen. The stock price retested at 1600 level, where there is a bullish divergence was available. So somewhere around 1600, 1650, we started accumulating the stock with the strict stop loss below 1600. And today the stock price is 1780. Now looking at overall chart pattern, stock price has a resistance of 100 and 200 is moving average somewhere around current market price only. So if you look at the 200 is moving average, it is nothing but the 1700, 1780 only. So if stock price keeps sustaining above this level, then we can expect further upside towards 1850, 1870 level. So whoever is holding this particular stock, we are not sure about the bonus news or anything, but technically we are expecting price target of 1850, 1870 for in upcoming time. Anyone is holding, or if you want to buy at current market price, again you can go buy with the strict stop loss of 1720.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered your questions as far as the bonus issue is concerned and the stock performance on that front. Let me look at the Nifty 500 names, see what's buzzing here. Coffee Day Enterprises is up 9% higher. You also have Tilak Nagar Industries that's up in trade today. Venus Remedies is up in trade. Godavari Biorefiners is up in trade. These are all the stocks that are buzzing within the Nifty 500 basket. On the Nifty next 50 names, you have even the Adani group of stocks that are buzzing. Adani Green, Adani Power, Adani Energy Solutions. This is the space that we can actually discuss with Kiran. Adani group stocks, fresh momentum across the board. Not too much of a spike, but gradual improvement across the board. How would you look at that, Kiran?
So in Adani stocks, we like two stocks. One is the Adani Enterprise and another is the Adani Port, and both are in our family portfolio again. So coming to the Adani Enterprise, the long breakout is pending on Adani Enterprise somewhere around 2600. This is the second time it is retesting 2600. We have seen that stock price retested 2400 recently, and from that again it is back above 2600. If prices keep holding 2600, then we can expect there is a big target on 28, 2900, which is a gap created previously. So Adani Enterprise looks promising. One can go long at current market price or any dips toward 2540, which is a strict stop loss, and we can expect price target of 2800. Another Adani Port is forever a long pick for us. You can go long at current market price. A cup and handle, fresh cup and handle pattern breakout is there. Keep a strict stop loss below 1400, and you can expect price target of 1600 in upcoming time. Again, I am reiterating as a disclaimer, both stock Adani Enterprise and Adani Port in our family portfolio.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered your question. PSU banks are ticking higher, something that Kiran started off with, that he's liking this space as well. Consumer durables about 0.2% higher. You can see real estate that's up by 0.2%. Mid and small caps are up. IT is also picking up a tad bit of pace, and FMCG stocks are also higher in trade as of now. Sectorally, this is what the action is. On the F&O space, Uno Minda is now picking up pace, 4.8% higher. We have Adani Ports also. We were discussing the Adani stocks. Adani Ports are among the top movers on the Nifty, and even Adani Enterprises. So across the board, we are seeing some pickup happen as well. Within the FMCG space, it's ITC that's kind of moving higher. Consumer durables, let me just see what's happening here on the key stocks. Well, it's again, I think it's led largely by Dixon Technologies and PG Electroplast in this entire space that we have already discussed. Real estate, Kiran, for you, anything in the real estate basket that takes your attention right now?
So DLF looks very much strong. A flag pattern breakout we can see on daily price chart. The stock price has given a fair rally from 660 to 880. From 880 it is started following trading into the falling channel. Sorry. Now the price is giving breakout from that falling channel. It will be considered as a flag pattern breakout. So one can go long with the strict stop loss of 815. If prices is not breaking 815, then we can expect price target of 900 for sure. So DLF looks promising at current market price.
DLF looks promising at the current market price. Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered your question very well. Viewers, in terms of what to do look at in the real estate names, let me also look at PVR Inox. Okay, let me look at this stock. Why is this under pressure? Because Karnataka government has made a proposal saying that the movie ticket prices should be capped at 200 levels. And of course, this could dent in some way the revenues and trigger also a legal pushback. That the company could also look at 982 odd levels for this one right now, PVR Inox. How would you look at this one, Kiran?
So PVR Inox, it was our favorite pick, but now sooner or later this kind of news is hurting this particular stock. But if you look at the stock price has a factoral that generally in August to October month stock price is doing well because there is a festival seasons are there. Generally people go for the movie, and generally we have a trend in the Bollywood also that they are releasing a big budget movie during this particular frame only. So if we discard this news, the stock price is very much stable in between the range of 850 to 950. The stock prices keep holding this particular range for set from since last long time. So keep a strict stop loss of 940, 950. You go long on PVR. I know for the target of 1100, and once the 1100 level cross out, you can expect some par rally also. So a contra bet on PVR definitely one can.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped you out, viewers, in getting some sense there. Let me come back to the banking space that's actually ticking higher and supporting the sentiments on the street, even though the Nifty is now tad bit lower, 34, 35 points lower in trade at 25,161. But HDFC Bank, over 2,000 odd levels can actually be seen on this one. On HDFC Bank, about half odd percent higher. Any suggestion on HDFC Bank? What should one do here?
See, HDFC Bank, if you have, you definitely keep holding this particular stock because I don't know whether, madam, you have remember or not. We discussed HDFC Bank number of time, somewhere around 1700 level, and we discussed like after 48 months, HDFC has given a breakout, and for 2025. If for year 2025, HDFC will be the preferred stock and it's going to be a solid performer. And as of now, from 1700 to 2000 level, already given a good return. We are still hoping and we are still betting on HDFC Bank only. We are still recommending to our client one can go long. As of now, anyone taking a trade at current market price, you can go long. Keep a strict stop loss below 1900, and we can expect price target of 2200.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out, viewers, in understanding what should your key thought process be among the banking stocks at large. Let me also bring up IT then for you, Kiran. IT stocks amidst the kind of earnings that are coming in, where are you keeping your focus, large or mid cap stocks, or are you staying away?
So on large cap stocks only we are keeping our focus, and two stocks which we are liking in both stock again in our portfolio. One is the Infosys and another is the Wipro. Both stocks looking very fantastic. One can go long at even a current market price. And on mid cap IT, emphasis is look very good at current market price. It is giving a breakout from cup and handle pattern. So one can go long on Emphasis at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 2800, sorry, and we can expect price target of 3200 for upcoming time. So it's a little bit larger call as an investment perspective, and definitely one can go long.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also garnered your attention. Okay, towards the end, Kiran, if you could just help us understand what exactly is your view on the overall strategy that one must have. 28 points of a downtick, so the volatility is again rising. 25,165 is what we see. A strategy, and ahead of the weekly expiry, what would you ask investors to keep their focus on?
So I will read your words only. We are in a sandwich day where yesterday it was a Sensex expiry and today, tomorrow it's going to be a Nifty expiry. So overall range, it's going to be a very sticky range. After a good amount of rally and after a healthy corrections, we should give us some time corrections also. So for this week, we are expecting a range of 25,000 to 25,400 larger terms. If stock price, if index crossing 25,200, the next level is 25,400. Overall, buy on the dips would be the strategy. Keep a strict stop loss 25,100 or maybe 25,000 based on your risk reward. Or as a trader, as an investor, you can choose your stop losses as a risk appetite. But overall, chart patterns look very much promising. There is no much dent. There is nothing to cautious. No doubt there will be domestic. There is no domestic cues. Sorry, but there will be international cues regarding the tariff and Fed and everything. But our chart patterns are strong enough. Buy on dips would be the preferred strategy.
Fair point. I hope this has also helped you out in getting some sense of how to go about these stocks and what is your strategy ahead of the market expiry on the Nifty expiry tomorrow as well on the weekly aspect. Thank you so much, Kiran, for being with us on the show and helping us with all your thoughts there on the markets. Appreciate your time with us. So viewers, 30 point of a downtick at 25,164. We'll start wrapping up the morning trade for you. It's a mixed trade on the sectoral front where IT, pharma, oil and gas, consumer durables, metals, autos, they have slipped in trade, whereas PSU banks, media stocks, real estate, mid-cap stocks, they are a bit higher. On the Nifty, you have HDFC Life, other life insurance companies that are coming back on positive on the back of steady set of numbers being reported. Adani Ports, Trent, SBI, Nestle, HDFC Bank, these are some of the top movers on the Nifty. On the F&O space, you have Uno Minda, Patanjali Foods, Paytm. Most of these stocks we have already discussed, and ICICI Lombard that are among the top movers. Leave you at that, but do stay tuned. Market coverage continues on the other side, and of course, throughout the course of the day, you will see a lot of earnings conversations going too.
Shukla landed back on the earth, sir. Your first comments on this